go over real quick and see if anything I notice is going to be like, oh yeah, this will be a big improvement.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. Because, I mean, we read them and we're like, oh yeah, that's really cool, but we don't necessarily know what affects what, whereas, you might have a little bit better idea.
Most of it looks like crash and bug fixes.
Yeah, that's what I figured too. Because, I mean, like when you guys updated the gravity, like that was really, really cool because I could show that really, really easily as compared to last time. You know what I mean?
I would show them the little part where he says, it's almost ready.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty... That definitely got me a little bit pumped.
He hasn't been giving as much stuff for me to hand out as news, mostly because he's just been doing bug fixes, which is just existing stuff working better.
Right, and there's that, and in all honesty, like today, if 0.81 or 0.10, you know what I mean. I don't do talking. I don't know why I live stream or do YouTube, but I don't do talking.
You do a good enough job here.
Well, thanks for the compliment. You don't get any extra cookies, though. You suck up. Anyway,
Damn. I wasn't sucking up.
Yeah. But yeah, so the thing for me. Oh, here we go.
Sucking up for you.
Hold
on. What I think maybe the biggest thing to point out is the part he says he's going to be focusing on bug reports now and debug info he gets from the test server, from videos and people's live streams. Yay, so pirates. If you have a bug that you still haven't seen addressed,
why is Osiris a pirate? Dalmon.
Oh, you got me.
That wasn't me. That actually wasn't me. In fact, I didn't even upload it.
That's a lot of pirates. I think Tom is trying to make this interesting.
Why the combat series?
Go turn.
I wouldn't mind, but I don't have God mode.
Well, hide in the planet. Oh, never mind, you're not the planet.
I have a question for you guys. This comes down to gameplay. Would you like an option to set turrets to rotate only and pivot only, and you could select both so they would work how they are now?
You just... Oh my goodness, yes. For the love of God, yes. I think I'm dead. I'm dead.
I would probably murder people for that.
Yeah.
I would certainly murder at least 3 or 4 people for that.
I'm glad there's an
I would pay generous amounts of money for a hinge.
Yes.
Well, yeah, that's why I was asking, because with the pivot and the rotation options, one would be a hinge, one would work as a motor. Tie that in with the Lua and the AI controls that you should be getting, and you could actually make automatic hinges and rotors.
I think
that's why
I'm gonna die.
That's why when people ask for them, I'm just like, have you even thought about what can be done?
Yeah, I remember saying, hey, motors, remember? I think I mentioned it. And I was like, so if you're thinking about that, you're amazing.
Yeah, I think I told you the same thing then, though.
Yeah, people are going to run with it. When it comes, people are going to run with it, and you'll see amazing things.
Yeah. You will have moving robots. I swear.
What the heck?
Who in the world spawned these in?
Well, not me, so I would presume Tom.
Wasn't me.
This is a lot of Dalmon stuff.
I'm just waiting for Saber's turn.
Hey man, I'm not logged in. How could I cause any chaos from here?
Star mode?
Remote?
I'm not in the remote.
Does star mode even work anymore?
It's Dalmont. It has to be Dalmont.
No, really.
Actually, I thought I'd confuse you all.
Of
Someone else uploaded one of his blueprints, so I might have done something with the admin permissions tab.
Oh god.
Yeah, so uncheck that.
I can hear the shooting. Is the dev server up now then?
See, I'm kind of enjoying it though,
Nearly
so I'm not really clear about yet.
Down one. Kilowatt seems to have brought in a lot of SFW stuff.
Cool.
No, it wasn't him.
Yeah. What I would like to set up a Q&A with you guys, and then we could spam the website and the Twitter and stuff for that, just so that we can answer a lot of questions. And people just don't check on the website very well, so
Yeah.
We've got a large collection of dedicated pilots here, don't you worry.
Yeah,
Very
plus
dedicated.
at the exact same time, I mean, if we set it up, you know, a few days in advance, I know Apex said he'd put stuff on his channel. I'm sure Tom would throw a little promo up on his. I'll put something up on mine. I'm going to assume that Saber would do the same. So we can get the word out. That's not a problem.
yeah.
Look at
Well,
that.
it would also
Word out
give you
mine.
guys it would also give you guys time to come up with a Q&A, and
Yeah.
ideally, you know, let me at a time so I can come up with some decent answers.
Yeah. I'm thinking if we did, maybe we do it on the subreddit and just say, hey, what questions would you like to have asked and answered? And then we can do that
Yeah, if you guys
and have
wanna do
the and do that as the basis. You can grab that list whenever you need to, and then we can do a freeform bit at the end. Evian,
I just
that
had
was
the best
Dave.
idea. That's why I was making noise. I just had a really cool idea. A specific mech core block that allows you to mark out the sections that would hinge and distort the way the character model does. I think that would be awesome.
I don't know if we'd
I
want to
don't know
have
about that.
the actual blocks distort. Because I mean, then you
Yeah.
could just set it up where you try to control it with like docking units, where you say this is an arm, that's an arm, that's a leg, it's a leg.
Yeah,
just,
I
yeah,
agree.
It would just dock a little differently.
The docking units is possible.
Yeah.
Deforming blocks really gets into the physics of the game.
Yeah, no.
And could cause major problems. I mean, you think a small little mech, yeah, that's fine. But then you have to keep in mind that everyone in this game builds way bigger.
Yeah, as I just did.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a giant head.
It was really refreshing
That
seeing
came
the
out
other
wrong.
team there.
I'm ruined. I'm just gonna shut up now.
Behave.
Sorry.
Stop fangirling.
Fangirling because I want mechs.
We know.
Patience, young one.
We already have mechs.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And also, you can cover up the joints like you cover up with turrets now, so you just
That's
use the docking
true.
system we've got. It'll be fine. Things can rotate already, so if we're really nice, it might happen.
If you imagine hard enough.
Another option I'm hoping to get is at least a checkbox to get rid of that half block float that docks have
Ah,
or
cool.
turrets have.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Thank
can leave
you.
it checked by like it would be on by default, and you could check it to remove that. That way it doesn't break existing ships. But yeah,
And
I don't know.
would it be like on maybe on a block by block basis, or per docking area? You'd have to check it.
it
or-
would be the docking unit, right?
right.
So like you go up to it, you push R, and it opens up a menu, and you
Okay.
can select pivot, rotation, and float, and it would enable or disable those options.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I like that idea as well.
Does light go between, like, if I had, let's say, ice crystals underneath of a turret, does light currently
Lights
go,
don't
like, would it
cast to
glow
other
out from it?
entities yet.
Well, no, but it would it leak out from like the edges of the turret? Like if it was the same, like let's say I docked a square, and then with that
Lights
gap, like would
do not cast onto other entities. So if there's an entity
no, but I mean
in the
around the
way,
edges of it. So like okay, I'll just explain what I'm thinking. Like okay,
it would
I
look
had
exactly like it would look like if the turret wasn't there.
okay, gotcha.
The system isn't set up to have interference with the light between two entities. Now they will mess with the ray cast from the sun, but like if you put a light block on your ship and then you cover it up with a dock, if it shines half a block out past that dock, it's going to do that no matter what.
Okay, cool. Because yeah, what I was just thinking was, well, I guess it wouldn't block it though. So yeah, like you just said, my initial thought was like if you could control it through the structure tab, then you could have like a bunch of docks and stuff, which it wouldn't even have to be actual turrets. But like what you could do is go through the structure tab and then click to let's say, float the turrets, and then so all of a sudden all of your turrets would like pop open, so it would look like almost like heat vents, like opening really quickly, because then you get the glow from it. Because then, like all of a sudden, the light would be casting past those, but the turrets would actually have to block the light.
Yeah, I
You
could
could,
have heat vents on the CPU.
Yeah,
But then you wouldn't have to.
I think you could design your
They,
ship.
they
to
don't
do
open
that.
those.
Yeah.
Can I ask about that last thing you just mentioned?
Sure.
Basically, I've always wondered, you know how when we have our ships, and you say that it doesn't cast light onto other entities, so for example, you got a ship with lights underneath, you fly past a planet, it doesn't brighten up the planet. Would there be a scope for some kind of searchlight that does project light into a dark space?
I think everyone would like to see that. The one issue that comes to mind is, again, the scalability. You could add millions of those blocks to your ship, and that's, instead of having one source of raycast in the system, the sun, now you have lots of them,
So
and each
basically,
one of
it's
those
just a memory
is,
hugger.
yeah, that's what it comes down to. Each one of those is going to be doing just constantly casting light. It's as if you're firing a weapon nonstop, and the more you add, the more weapons you fire. It's the exact same effect.
Oh, it looks beautiful now. I just wondered if it was even something that could be. But if that's fine, you know, that's cool. Thanks for the answer.
I think at least with astronauts we could have an item like a flashlight, because then you're limited in the possible, you know, sources of light. Like there's only one astronaut flashlight at a time.
Then again, you could do it the same way as a faction block. You can only have one per ship.
Yeah, but even then you could have turrets. And
No,
things
I like
that.
his idea of making it astronaut equipment, because we need more astronaut equipment.
I agree.
It would give a
Just
point
trying to
to
think
actually
of a way.
going down there on your feet, you know.
Yeah.
Also, on the random side subject, you know the replicator beam? A lot of people play lightsaber with it. Will it ever do damage?
There's the fabricator. No, it's just a fabricator. But there's lots of other tools and stuff that we will be adding to astronauts.
Cool.
I mean, yeah, why not have a lightsaber, right?
Well, you've already got the graphics there.
Yeah.
Everyone's already doing it.
You guys you've seen how the fabricator attaches to Dave's arm, right?
Yeah.
Keaton or Omni put in he built a skeleton into the model, so you can actually mount gear onto the astronaut based off of that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I mean, people don't notice stuff like that, but like just think, you know, power suits, any piece of gear, a jetpack.
Nice.
You could add all of that.
Oh, I did have one question last time though that I remember. Did he actually put bones in the head and neck though? So like, will the head actually rotate like it does in the current build, or is it going to stay stiff? Like you won't actually look up and down?
I don't actually know.
Okay.
I'd have to ask him.
All right.
Let me.
Yeah, that
let's
was
see
one
if
thing.
he's still
'Cause,
on,
I mean,
so.
he and I kind of nerded out over cat system in 3ds Max, which sounds weird if you don't know what it is, but it was a pretty amusing little moment. Man, I tried to clear my cache and it still didn't fix this thing. Oh well.
Alright, so once the dev server that we use is up, if you want to join us, by the way, that'd be awesome, Calbiri. Either way, that being said, we'll have, I think that the Q&A thing is a really good idea. I would love to do that. We can live stream it and then record it as well. And it can go up and everything so that people can, you know, kind of get an idea of what's going on. If it's all right with you, we can talk about that a little bit more in the future. And we'll set up times and everything else. I'm assuming he's actually stepped out.
Omni says that Dave does have separate neck and bone or skull bone animations, so he can twist his head around and stuff.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
You've probably been asked this before.
Considering the animation for the helmet, I think, yeah.
You've probably been asked this before, but will there be a way to get astronaut health back?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Good
yeah.
answer.
Now, see,
That's a
I'm
point.
thinking things like, you know, shields, armor, health. Why not? If you can get like a backpack module, right, and have it give you a shield, right? Now all of a sudden you have a shield, kind of like you're a Protoss.
Fair point.
You know when you're talking about lightsabers?
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Would you consider like shields as well, like handheld shields as well? Because, well, yeah, just saying.
Yeah, I get what you're meaning, like a buckler sort of thing, right?
Yeah, that'd be
Just
quite
use
cool.
a different term to
Yeah. Yeah.
I would imagine that's a possibility, particularly if we add things like melee weapons.
Please do.
But I would think melee weapons would be something we would add after having the ranged weapons. Just
Yeah.
ranged weapons is I would think they would be a simple extension of our current weapon system.
Yeah, and that would make sense too. Anyway, I don't know if you heard me just a minute ago, Calbiri.
I probably did, but I forgot. I'm sorry.
Not a problem. The Q&A thing, I really like that idea. How about in a little bit, maybe after the stream or something like that, we can talk details and all.
Oh yeah, sure. Do you guys? You can send me a. We'll get our Skype info swap. That's how I talk to most people. So.
Fair enough. Yeah, and I usually have Skype up as well. So that works for me.
I think I sent a whole bunch of questions on to Omni, but I know you guys are busy, so I don't hassle you guys.
Well, it depends on what the questions are about, because I mean, we each have our different areas we work in. Like Omni
they were
and
relevant to
Kubu,
his work.
they actually get to do stuff.
Right.
Whereas
Ooh,
mostly
graphics.
I just think of ideas and relations and systems. I'm like, can we do this?
So would you say they're
Ooh,
busier
the puppy
than
dog guys. I guess
That's fair.
they have to do actual work, whereas I could just
Right.
sit and think on things all day long.
Yeah, I'd say they're a little more hands-on, and he's a little more theoretical, of trying to figure out, you know, what can work, what might work.
Well, I've got a question.
The answer is 42.
Hey!
Always.
That's
Good
pretty
man.
close, actually. I saw a video. This must have been of an old dev build of black holes. Are they ever coming back?
Oh, black holes. Yes, they were. You know what they did is it replaced the star randomly at the center of a sector region, right?
That
So
sounds
instead of a
epic.
star, you would have a black hole. If you flew into it, instead of taking damage, you would randomly get teleported 50 sectors away.
Nice.
That is awesome.
So
That's
much
really
yes.
cool.
I love
Speaking
that.
of really cool, dev server's up.
I'm
Roger
not sure
that.
exactly why he disabled it, but mostly it probably because it was only halfway implemented and he just didn't want to deal with it at the moment.
You know,
I
what think would
imagine
be
black
cool?
holes will come back. I don't know if they'll retain the function or the look, but
I think it'd be cool if you made it a gamble, where, like, let's just say for ease of numbers, it was just a 50-50 chance of either you'll get teleported 50 sectors away, or you'll get crushed and your ship will be completely destroyed. So, like, that way you'd actually, like, send a probe through first.
oh, crushing damage. Yeah, I've had
Well,
thoughts
because I
on
mean,
that.
I don't think it would be that much different than
The
the
collision
sun
damage? Or the
Yeah,
collision
well,
damage,
that too.
even.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's
Oh,
just going to be
I'm
basically
not
all around.
talking collision damage. I'm talking crushing damage.
Yeah.
I've just like how if you get too close to the sun, you start taking heat damage and your blocks get ruined. I've thought about having environments where it tells the game, hey, you're under pressure, and if your ship isn't built properly, it starts taking damage to its blocks. The
And
same
all
way.
of a sudden, Queen starts playing in the background.